dead.
'Cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Been to Tullamore, Seymour, Lismore, Malula,
Tassie.
Lambourne, Rochester, Kilmore, Marilla,
Tassie.
Emmaville, Wallaville, Connemara, Connemara, Strathrown, Proserpine, Alladala,
Tassie.
Gingin, Lillaquen, Muckdilla, Wallumbilla, Bougainville, Cumberland, I'm a killer. I've been everywhere, man.
Well,
I've been everywhere,
I'm a bit out of
man.
sorts, I've got to
Across
say,
the
because I
deserts
normally
bare, man. I've breathed
press
the
buttons over here, but instead I can see someone's face over there. Grant, do the honours if you'd be so kind.
I will indeed. I got a message from Neil during the week about a regional roundup, and I'd just been having lunch with our guest today, talking all about her recent trip to Tassie, and I thought it'd be great to get her on to talk about going to Tassie and also as an RV owner. Tania Harding, welcome to Back to the Pulse. Great to have you here.
Thanks, Grant. Great to be here.
Now, I just need to be very careful here. Tanya, not Tanya, you were never an ice skater.
No,
Tanya Harding, wasn't she that one that...
She's only got called that a million times, probably.
Yes, I have been called that a million times.
Yeah, so I just want to confirm that that's the case. So you're not a Tasmanian, are you?
No, I'm not.
No, so you went to Tassie for a holiday and you've seen a bit of Tassie. Tell us about Tassie.
I was over there for 5 weeks.
Wow.
And
In an RV?
In an RV by myself.
Wow.
I had no plan other than to get there, and I had a return date, and that was it.
Wow. So where'd you start?
I started at around St Helens,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of zigzagged around all over the place, not having a plan. It wasn't very economical, but I just went where the universe and the wind took me. So, yeah.
What was impressive when we were chatting the other day is that the reason that where she got some of the places to go was talking to the locals.
Yes.
And they know their place better than anybody.
I found the locals over at Tasmania so friendly. They can't tell you enough about the place that they love so much. Yeah. And even going around to... the only stipulation I had the whole time I was there, Neil, was that I had to be near a park run on a Saturday.
Okay.
So even then going to the park runs and talking to the park runners from the areas, oh, have you seen this? Have you been to see that? Are you going to see that? Oh, don't go this way, go that way. The friendliest people on earth that I've ever met.
So RV being an individual unit as distinct from a thing on the back of a car.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're a bit more flexible in terms of your ability to go along windy roads and stuff like that.
Oh, yes and no. I have to say Tasmania is probably the most windy road I've ever been on. It's been like on the Great Ocean Road every day. That was an experience in itself because this is my first big trip in it. So although I was happy that I didn't have a caravan on the back because I don't know how those people do it. I really don't. Hats off to them. It's really quite tricky. And one of the things I did find, though, while I was travelling around in a lot more is that people, if you leave a space gap in front of you, people tend to jump in there and then all of a sudden you've got all this weight behind you and you can't brake as quickly as you would in a car. So I had to learn to sit right back. But yeah, hats off to those people who do caravans. I don't think I could do that.
Well, the problem, of course, when you stop in a hurry in anything heavy, it's obviously harder to stop. But when you're in a caravan, because the caravan often doesn't have brakes itself, it comes around to meet you.
Yes.
Because the car stops, but the caravan's got to go somewhere. And it swings around, and that's where you see the jackknives and stuff.
Yeah.
So presumably went by boat to get across there.
Yes, I did. I went over on the Spirit. That was an experience in itself. Having not driven this thing for very long, the guys on there were great though, keep this way, keep that way. And of course you've got to remember the height. The whole time it's all about the height.
Yes.
You don't want to get rid of the air conditioner on the top.
Well, if you do, you generally want to have it removed as distinct from manually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I went to Gundawindi once in a car and I had never had one of those, the pods you put on the top of the roof, on the roof racks. I'd never had one, forgot I had it. And I drove into this motel and I walked into the place and the guy said to me, not your pod? And I said, no, how'd you know that? And he goes, because you missed the veranda by 3 inches.
Yes.
Completely forgot it was there. And I would have had a hard time explaining to my mate why he didn't get his bit back.
Well, tell us about a couple of the places that we may not have heard that you visited.
Well, I went to a pub in the paddock, and that had a pig there called Priscilla.
So that's Priscilla the pig from the paddock in the pub in the paddock?
Certainly is.
Wow.
And I bought Priscilla a beer.
Nice.
And Priscilla got called out and she knew what it was all about. She came barreling out and she grabbed hold of the neck of the beer and just started guzzling. It was all gone in a few seconds and then there was a big burp at the end of it and she was off.
Sounds like you, Grant.
Yeah, that's why we're friends, probably.
That's right. So no sign of Peter Piper picking a pack of peppers while you were there with Priscilla the pig at the pub in the paddock.
No, say that 10 times fast.
Yeah, wow. Particularly if you've had a beer with Priscilla the pig.
Now, I know your highlight was going to Bribie Island.
Bruny Island.
Bruny Island, yes. See, I sort of remember the name.
Yeah, no,
That's
I get them confused myself. One's up near Brisbane.
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah. No, Bruny Island, going over on the ferry there was absolutely excellent. It's just, that and the whole of Tasmania is just so, it's really old worldly. When I drove into Stanley, it was just like it was all those years ago, just with a lick of paint on it. But yeah, Bruny Island, that was just absolutely gorgeous. Just everything as is, lots of animals. It's just nature at its best, really. It's just beautiful.
Last time I went to Tassie in any form of camping, as distinct from work, was probably 1980. So when I was 2, ish.
Of course.
And we had a caravan on the back of an old Holden Kingswood. Right?
Nice. Kingswood.
And so I would suggest that the island wasn't necessarily set up to take caravans and camper vans. Is it RV friendly? As an island, as in not just Bruny Island, the whole of Tasmania, is it?
Certainly, yeah. A lot of the towns you go into, they've got an absolutely massive sign that says RV friendly town.
Okay.
And they give you places where you can pull up, and you can either do. I did a mixture of free camping, donation, and also caravan parks. I tried to stay in a lot of the towns that weren't sort of as well known, and try and spend some money in the local communities.
Nice.
I also spend a lot of time talking to the local people. I actually did a Facebook post each day, and I usually highlighted someone that I'd met and I'd spoken to, and I told my friends all about their story and where they've been and how long they've been there and what they do. And it was I just relaxed and just enjoyed myself and just spoke to everyone, and it was just incredible. But yeah, it's very RV friendly over there, 100%.
Nice.
Yeah.
So given we're a little bit short on time, if someone has got an RV, they're at the dock as we speak at Corio, ready to get on the boat, what's the one place they've got to go? Don't say Tasmania.
Can I pick 2?
Okay. All right.
Stanley.
Yep.
Stanley for the fish and chips. They've got they've won awards up there for fish and chips, and also Ross. I think Ross was probably my favourite place. They've got a brilliant bakery there. There was a lady that walked in while I was having my breakfast, and she said to her husband, "There they are. There's the vanilla slices," and they come all the way from New Zealand for these vanilla slices. So I dutifully finished up my scrambled eggs on sourdough, and then went straight out and got myself a vanilla slice. Not my usual breakfast, but however, I had
and
to go.
you're not allowed them.
I'm not allowed them anymore. No, we talked about that.
So I don't like to be disrespectful in any way, shape or form, but the 2 towns you named, both around food and both names of boys. Is there a coincidence there, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, excellent. No, there'd be...
Food, not so much if I was involved, of course.
Yeah, no, because you're not allowed to eat anymore.
I'm not allowed to eat,
No.
and not mention the scones yet either.
Yeah.
And also Stanley, because I met a lady from the UK there who I've become firm friends with. So,
nice.
Yes.
Yeah. The fish and chips must be good, because there's plenty of places around Geelong that sell fish and chips, you understand.
I've never tasted fish and chips like that before. They were amazing.
Oh, that's good, because you wouldn't want to go down there and then find out you could have saved yourself the trip. Right? Yeah.
The batter on them. It was just like melt in the mouth batter.
Wow.
It was incredible. It was.
Yeah, thanks. And I've got to now concentrate to tie the ends on this program, and you've now got fish and chips in my head.
And you got to do another hour as well.
Yeah, I've got to do another hour. Yeah, I'll be talking about fish and chips for the whole day.
Actually, you know where we're going to go now?
Down to get it fish and chips?
Fish and chips, yeah.
Oh, you're going all the way to Tassie for it?
Yeah, no, well, he can. I've got another hour to do. He's going to go home. But thanks for coming in and telling us about your holiday. I now have very firm ideas. There'll be people out there who've got an RV going, yeah, let's go to Tassie.
Is there a Facebook page or for people to get info on?
Tasmania has a couple of Facebook. Just type in Tasmania and usually it comes up with trips around to Tasmania. And there is actually a couple of dedicated groups where people put up what they've seen during the day with photos, of course. And it just gives people like me who have no idea where they're going or what they're doing ideas.
Wow. Sounds like a plan. Stan, thanks for being here, Tania.
No worries, Neil.
Tania Harding, recent tourist in Tasmania.